Alice Lee, who's the chair of the Maui County Council. She joins us now from Maui. Thank you so much for your time, Alice. I know this must be a very busy time for you, so we appreciate sparing your moments for us. But firstly, explain to us, how have the people you represent on Maui been affected by this terrible disaster?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for inviting me on your program, and I'd like to say mahaba. Our people are struggling with this issue, the disaster. It's not quite over yet. It's been a week, and all the fires have not been extinguished, although much of it has been contained. The people are very frustrated because there's been difficulty going back to their homes, checking on what's left in the rubble, checking on people that are still missing, not being able to travel easily from Lahaina, which is the west side of the island, to the central side or other places. So it's been a very rough time for all the people who have been victims of this horrible fire, both in West Maui and upcountry Kula.
Yes, and we know from the latest update, officials have said around a third of the affected area has been scoured for survivors or for victims. What are the challenges that these recovery teams are facing? Why is it taking a long time for rescuers to actually comb through the affected areas?
These homes and businesses that have been destroyed many of them contain toxic particles. There's still down lines, broken gas lines. There's asbestos and all kinds of different chemicals that the rescue team have to be very careful when they are touching these things. And most of the bodies have unfortunately been incinerated. So they have been reduced to ashes. So more so, they have to be extremely careful on how they walk through and touch whatever they find. They have like 20 cadaver dogs, as you can see on the screen. And, we want them to go through it carefully because this has to do with the remains of people. And it's so hard right now because they have difficulty identifying. Out of the 106 bodies, they've only identified 5. 2 names have been released, 3 tomorrow, pending notification of kin. So this is painstakingly slow, and this sort of adds to the angst and anxiety of everyone.
Yes, and at the same time as the recovery effort continues, some are now pointing the finger at a local electricity company. They're asking, why wasn't power shut down earlier, knowing that fires had broken out? What more can you tell us about that dimension to this disaster?
That will be investigated thoroughly. Right now, I think it might be too premature to make any conclusions. Remember, the winds were raging at 80 miles per hour, and so lines are going down. However, we also heard, and this is why I don't want to speculate, but we also heard that some of the electricity had to remain on to power the pumps, the water pumps, to put out the fires. So we don't have all the facts. This investigation needs to move forward, and we need to find out exactly what happened.
Yes, and Alice, we know the US President Joe Biden has said that he wants to visit Hawaii as soon as possible, but how would you describe the federal response to this disaster? Are you happy with how they've reacted so far?
Yes, we're very happy, very happy. We've had the President contact us several times. Our congressional team is on this on a regular basis. We've had visitors from our federal senators and representatives have come to Maui. We have a tremendous amount of attention. But again, this catastrophe is so massive that it's it has to be organized because so many different agencies are involved. And so it requires a lot of organization and coordination. So that's why, because of the mere mass of this project, it's not that easy to get things done in as quickly as the public and as our residents would like it to happen.
Okay, Alice Lee, the chair of the Maui County Council, will have to leave it there. But best of luck with the recovery effort during this terrible time. And thank you again for sparing a few moments for us.
Thank you for the opportunity.